know the pleasant feeling that you get when you go to a hospital and walk in the front door and see a smiling, warm face of a friendly person in pink. Those ladies are the ones that make that first impression and are always there because they want to help others and make a contribution to society. Our next recipients are all incredibly giving hospital volunteers and represent hundreds of similar volunteers who quietly give their time year after year. They are some of the nicest and warmest people you will ever meet. Sandy McEwen has been a dedicated volunteer at Sebastian River Medical Center since 1982 and averages over 80 hours a month in volunteer time. Sandy actually buys for and manages the gift shop at Sebastian River and has been responsible for the donation of thousands of dollars to local charities like the Red Cross and local food banks. Sandy has done just about everything for SRMC, and everyone at the High Quality Medical Center greatly appreciates what Sandy has done for the community. Sandy is one of the most loyal volunteers and is a tremendous asset to the South County area. Nora Parker has been a part of the heart of Wusthof for 28 years as a volunteer. Nora has served as president of the hospital auxiliary and understands what a difference she can make in her role. One particular incident was where a lady was having a hard time getting a hospital pass to go upstairs. So Nora acted quickly, escorting the woman to her dying mother's side. That action allowed the lady to spend a few more precious minutes with her mother, who passed away soon thereafter. I love helping people. It's a very rewarding thing to do, says Nora. Nora Yanis has been a much-loved volunteer at Holmes Regional Medical Center for more than 30 years. Nora has helped in so many different roles, including helping to admit people, the front desk, the maternity ward, and also the emergency room. For 15 years, her main role has been operating the gift shop, and at times has even dipped into her own pocket to help out a visitor short on cash. Nora has served as president of the hospital auxiliary and also volunteers at the Humane Society in Melbourne. Nora just likes helping all creatures, great and small. Nancy Brainerd started volunteering at Palm Bay Hospital when it opened in 1982 and is still there today, helping wherever she is needed. Friends would ask Nancy why she did not get a paying job instead of volunteering, but Nancy said, "They didn't understand the satisfaction that I get from giving my time to help. We're there to help the staff so they can focus on emergencies," said Nancy. Nancy also received a recognition award from the Board of County Commissioners for her work to create the Palm Bay Library over 27 years ago. "Volunteering is perfect for me," says Nancy, and Nancy is clearly perfect for Brevard County. Right after her husband died of cancer 17 years ago, Jerry Sikora found her second family while becoming a dedicated volunteer at Cape Canaveral Hospital. Right after the tragic loss of her husband, a wise friend led Jerry to volunteer at the community hospital. "That was the best thing I ever did," says Jerry. Jerry was such a great volunteer in the ER, doing anything that the nurses asked her to do, that the staff encouraged her to go back to school, where she earned her Certified Nurse's Assistant license at age 65. Most of the more than 150 friends that attended her 80th birthday were from the hospital. For gifts, she asked for supplies to send soldiers she calls her boys, serving in Afghanistan and Iraq. Jerry has turned her guest room at home into her boys' room, where she keeps all the supplies she gathers and sends to the troops. You see, Jerry wanted to help several of her friends who she had worked with in the ER who had been deployed overseas. That circle of friends grew into a large number that she now sends supplies to. Jerry Sikora is a true angel and is a friend to all she meets. Betty Ann Locke's only day off from volunteering is on Tuesdays. Betty was comforted greatly by warm, compassionate hospital volunteers during her many years in and out of hospitals with her sick husband. Then she lost her husband. The volunteers helped Betty Ann with her grief so much that she has been wanting to repay that love ever since, while volunteering at Wusthof, Melbourne. Betty also volunteers at SHINE, the Department of Elder Affairs, helps tourists find their way in Cape Canaveral, at the Chamber of Commerce and helps run the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station Museum. I always try to help people feel at ease, especially when they come to the hospital, said Betty. Sandy McEwen, Nora Parker, Nora Yanis, Nancy Brainerd, Jerry Sikora, and Betty Ann Locke are 2010 Space Coast Humanitarian Hospital volunteers.